Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Hopefully, you are all having a good day today. I had a day. Look at that, we're rocking like the like one of my first T-shirts and everything of that nature. It's it's all faded, been in the wash so many times. It's like, you know what? Was it? Spreadshirt's alright, but man, compared to the Stream Element store, the images and everything break easier on that. But either which way, as we are trying to get things situated here. As we'll be doing Star Trek Online tonight. Stowe has announced the Q's Winter Wonderland, which will begin next week on the 8th, I believe. Reads a seasonal favorite from years past is returning once more to Star Trek Online. Q proudly invites personnel of all ranks, allegiances, species, and cosmological variances and molecular capabilities or lack thereof to ring in the holiday season and visit his winter wonderland for fun, frivolity, and prizes. Participate in your choice of winter wonderland activities to work your way towards obtaining the fabulous new Fakiri Gotad carrier. Complete details of the ship's capabilities will be obtained in a separate dev log. Just like last year, this year's activities will be integrated into our recently released event interface. As part of your mission journal, that means, just like last year, daily progress towards earning your new starship can be attained by participating in any of the following activities: Fastest Game on Knife, Klingon Ice Fishing, Tides of Ice, The Fast and the Furious, Cones of Conduct, and the Crampiri. The first completion of any of the above activities will fulfill your daily requirement for your entire account, allowing you to pick and choose how you earn your way to get a new starship, play whichever activity you enjoy most, or change it up each day for a greater variety. The event system will also offer instant and immediate access to visit the Winter Wonderland from most non-combat maps in the game simply by pressing the transwarp button on the event interface. You don't even have to talk to Q to get there. He's allowed us to bring the Winter Wonderland to you. Each of the above activities, as well as other activities, can as well as others you can participate in during the winter event, will still reward you with the various holiday ornaments, which can be used in different denominations to purchase yourself a variety of rewards from years past, as well as a number of new additions that will arrive with the relaunch of the event this year, which includes a purple Nanoplus Discovery era batleth, rainbow sweaters, Grethar themed bridge, officer training manuals, and kit modules, Q's chair consumable item, rescue St. Bernard pet, which is probably the coolest thing of all the stuff here. So that breaks that down rather nicely. So a whole lot of stuff there related to Star Trek Online's winter event. Of course, tonight we are diving back in the IKS Odyssey. Is heading out. I was at the Kronos First City. I don't know why we were at Kronos' First City. Alrighty. Oh, that's right. We were messing around with the starship last time. Give us our rewards. Alright, that's it. That's that.
Congratulations, General.
I tell you, when Mark Talk makes an announcement, wants to congratulate you, you get the big music. Alright, so I need like something with like a 50-20. That works. A lot of little assignments to start things off this go round. Oh, I said that and he instantly regretted it. Okay, we need to stuff that are so we need like a 40 and something really heavy on science. Well, that's probably going to backfire. Ooh, another heavy science one. We need something that's like a 22 on tactical. Oh, that works. Alright. Alright. Move to the candidate rosters. Deliver to criminals. Wait, yeah, we were here.
The Klingons think House Mokai forces are up to something in the Imaga system. I understand there was a problem with a planet killer in that system a while ago. Interesting. Oh, where was I? Right, Imaga. In addition to a lot of debris and the ruins of this planet killer, there are spore colonies there. And House Mokai is probably harvesting them, so we should put a stop to that real soon.
Well, that's be our first mission for this evening. The Imaga system. That's right. We're selling off our prisoners. Whoa!
Thank you for the host and sharing this broadcast.
Bob Bell! What's up, Ray? And that host? Bob! What were you up to today, sir? And welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's having themselves a good Thursday. Welcome everyone, I'm Fred. If you don't know me, I stream 7 nights a week doing a lot of different nonsense. And tonight it's Thursday, which means Star Trek Online. You did Skyrim today and it felt good. That's nice. And hello Joey the Hammer. Hello Sir Galahad. And hello everybody else that came over with Bob. Hopefully you will enjoy my brand of nonsense.
Thank you for the follow. Please enjoy the show.
We draw who follow. Joey the Hammer TV. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. And yes, folks, I took advantage of Cryptic Studios' major league screw up as it relates to the Titan. So it's like, the Klingons have stolen the ship. Which makes all the sense in the world. Oh, it's nice to see my bridge officers. 3 of 9. Valara. There's Monet. Thrak. Giant Gorn. Actually, you gone? You know, for whatever reason, I actually, you know, on the Fed side, I often end up with, like, what, generic bridge officers on the bridges when I go to it, and barely any of my officers. Here, I got, like, you know, it's all the key bridge officers. That's nice. Yes, a Federation ship in service of the Klingon Empire, captained by a Cardassian. Yes, this run-through of the story campaign has been that type of thing, folks. It has been that type of thing. Oh boy, if my voice seems a little bit shot today, we actually had work. For the first time in nearly a month. And on top of that, before that, I was doing Twitch singing. By the time I got the call in from work, I was like, oh shit, well, there goes my voice for today. Trying to get as much as I can on Twitch sings offhand. I opened up a bunch of new seeds today. A bunch of Christmas seeds and everything of that nature. I did make sure any duets I did, we took care of outright. get a clip from me? Ah, neat. Either DM me the clip, because I don't... Yeah, you're going to have to, direct message me the clip, Bob. We had issues with spam bops and stuff. I mean, it's like me or my mods could put down links, but we've had issues with spam bots. So it's okay. All right. All right, we're opening it up here. Bob Bell! What's up, Ray? Oh, nice. Bob! Gotta keep it tight. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have a clips. Granted, I clip a lot of my own stuff, so it's always cool to see. By the way, in case you're wondering why the game audio keeps cutting out, I am. Oh, that goes up there. Where's my OBS audio? OBS. You see, I'm trying to actually have a better overall sound mix on streams and stuff like that. Cause why do I clip my own stuff? Is because I actually do watch back part of my streams to get an idea of where the audio is at, and it's not always it ain't always consistent, folks. My audio can be downright all over the place. Well, I do try to welcome everybody. It's like my stream is like Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. So the question is like, my question is, who will be our Norm Peterson? Pop in. So that'll be the hell of a thing for a raid alert.
Getting some unusual readings from the spore colonies in this system.
Norm!
They're mutating at an accelerated rate, absorbing and emitting some nasty radiation as they do so.
Harping radiation was used to destroy the Doomsday Machine.
Right, well, the spores are growing on the debris of this Doomsday Machine, which is where all of that radiation is coming from. This is a problem. The radiation is bleeding into the mycelial network through the spores. It'll cause serious damage if we don't deal with it soon.
Recommendation. Well, then I just screwed this up. Recommendations.
Hate to say it, but we need
that's better.
the mutated spore
I put the desktop audio at 1000%. That's a bit loud. Understood. Home, take us to the first spore colony. Put us.
We do not want to get hit by those radiation pulses. Trust me. Watch out. Mokai Raiders on an intercept course.
You know what? It says stay out of the big glowing sphere. Well, we're just getting tagged up rather badly, aren't we? All right. All right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's deal with the next spore colony before the Mokai send reinforcements.
You know, watch. As soon as we get there, there's going to be Mokai reinforcements. All right, Bobby. Hey, Dalek. How are you, sir?
Colony neutralized. Let's head toward the next one.
Long time no see,
Mokai
sir.
Ships on long-range sensors. We're about to have company.
How have you been? Do 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 do. Hey, good to hear you doing all right, sir. I know you still play Stowe quite a bit. Oftentimes, when I'm logging in, you're logging off, so it's like, but I do see your name pop up on the screen. It's like, Kamatakazi Dalek has logged off. Got to see you around. Are you happy to pop in? Figure out pop in and see what, since my new router is taking the bulk of the bandwidth processing. Well, usual nonsense. Thursday's designated Star Trek Online night as always. Like last night we did some Division 2 stuff. I'm not totally sure what I'm doing tomorrow night yet. So I've been misbehaving myself. My question is, how is a router taking a bulk of the bandwidth processing?
And take back what is rightfully ours.
Time to run.
We will rid the stars of these honorless rebels for the Empire.
Glad the newest Klingon arrivals are on our side.
Well, I can safely say this about the Titan, it definitely turns on a dime.
Begin withdrawal. We will fight another day.
They are having withdrawals.
Rear shields failing. Hull integrity below 50%. Right shield failing.
Whoa, boy. Well, we near. Okay, that was bad. That was very, very bad.
The rebels are breaking. Let us dispose of this Bachtar and be done with it.
Language.
Right shield failing. Core shield failing. Hull integrity below 25%. Target shields have failed. Hull integrity below 50%.
Come on, the big turnaround. There we go. I used to use only the router modem combo, and it is not suitable for the amount of devices in the household. But
Glorious. Did you see
with
how
that set
Jamula
on the
ran like a
bridge,
scalded dog?
now
She's
with
not
that
Klingon,
set on the
and a
bridge
disgrace
connection,
to
its
the
only
memory of her
purpose is to
honorable
serve as a
brother.
modem while the new
We
router
shall
I
be
have handles
vigilant.
multiple devices.
If the
Ah,
coward Jaula shows her hideous face here again,
okay.
I will finish what we started here this day. I will send her, screaming, to the gates of Grethor.
I'm glad to see at least it's working. We need Nukara marks.
Is it me, or do most forms of Klingon justice ultimately end with screaming in Grethor? You know, never mind. I think I have the answer to that. Look, as long as House Mokai isn't polluting and destroying the mycelial network, I'm good.
Alright, Stamets is happy. The mission was successful. Oh, we got a big one. Nice big 20-hour mission. Alright, let's throw another one on top of that. Alright. We just got this ship last week. And it's already moving along here. Thankfully, that's like the last patrol mission that's like mandatory to do.
The long-range sensor arrays in the Trayla system went offline recently. Last thing they picked up before that happened was a Borg scout ship. I'm heading to Traylis now to investigate. If this is the beginning of a new Borg incursion, I could use some backup. Meet me there as soon as you can.
Ooh, neat. We get 7's dual Tetron rifles, which will go great with the Withering pistols. Let me just a comparison there. Because I've been using the pistols nearly the entire time. It's alright because I'm entering the stuff that you gotta do solo, that has to be done solo. But thanks, Kamikaze, I appreciate it though. Definitely appreciate the offer.
Until next time.
Alright. We auto-navigate. Because part of what I've been working on this year, when they announced all the new Klingon content and stuff, I created this character is pretty much primarily to go through the Klingon story. And so that's why it's titled Glory for the Empire, and then I poured the streams over to YouTube, and it's basically all been numbered from start to finish. So I think this is like the 20. This is like week 25, 25, 26, 27, somewhere along those lines of this campaign. We have had a lot of short campaigns. It's all good. By the time I get through them, the center cannot hold. That is it's about equal. I mean, the real telling point though is realizing which has the more story that tells like a solid singular narrative. Because once you, it's like a lot of the more Jaula stuff and everything. Context wise, it's better from the Klingon perspective, but everything it works across all. It works across all three. Well, 4 factions, but we all know the. But I will say this: in terms of a solid narrative, from beginning up to a very specific point, the Romulan Republic has the best start to the game. Okay, you start as a colonist. Okay, you're escaping a raid on your ship. You're looking for a home and everything. And the Romulan story arc, basically everything going up through like the Romulan Mystery 5-parter, that's actually the best series of missions because it's actually one continuous story up to that point. The minute all 3 factions start sharing the same missions on a very regular basis, it's kind of a moot point. The Federation start got basically gutted over the years. I mean, there are so many missing missions that really provided a lot more context to characters and stuff, which is very disappointing. Granted, you have 3 different ways that you can start as a Fed on the Federation side. 2409, Agents. They need to add him back or bring him in with the context of the story. Because here's the thing. This whole thing was Jaula. And so forth. You want to talk about real justification to bring back the Miro Paris stories? Where there's that conference that you first meet her on. And then the whole thing's with Bavat. Because the Doomsday Machine mission on the Federation side makes no sense. Yeah, the Doomsday mission on Doomsday Machine mission and the what is it? Briar's Patch missions on the Federation side make no sense context wise in terms of things that are said. Without the Miro Paris mission, where that conference, because that mission was where you first met Bavat, or had like your direct interactions with him. And there was another mission where you go to there are really specific missions. And they could have been left in the game. They could have been like side missions, like patrols and stuff like that. You come across these things. Yeah, I mean, I get why they did it, but there are certain things that get referenced that are not in the main series of missions in Star Trek Online that used to be there. Like the Founder and Wayun. Wayun mentioned something to you regarding a conversation that he has on Deep Space Nine when the Gamma Quadrant stuff. But unless you have played the 4800 5-part missions, you don't lose. You don't got the context there, and this also pertains to Loris. Loris mentions her predecessor gave you some grief, but if you don't know about the DS9 missions, yeah, it kind of it loses a bit. I mean, let's just break it down here. Empire, the Klingon side and everything, Klingon and Warzone, basically these two kind of have been reworked a bit, and the Valkyrie Return really... The Valkyrie Return also is a bit of a problem in terms of context, as there really is no follow-up to it. Romulan Mystery makes more sense specifically from the Romulan side alone. Unless you go to Nimbus 3. And wait, can you go to Nimbus 3? I don't think I went to Nimbus 3 as a Klingon. On the Klingon side for this character, so that's something I have to do. At least I don't think I did. Cardassian Struggle. This definitely got gutted over the years. The Borg Advance is basically what it is. They really need to add in new Romulans. This is again the Agents of Yesterday stuff. So from here on forward, Solanae, Dyson Sphere. Okay. Wait, new Rom. Okay. From a technical, from technically speaking, from New Romulus, from the Klingon side here, basically everything kind of flows one mission into another. Because what is it? The power source leads directly, technically speaking, into Sphere of Influence. There's a time gap continuity stuff there, but that's kind of how it flows. And everything kind of flows real smoothly from there. Everything prior to New Romulus kind of doesn't make sense, the different things here. There's the kamikaze dialect, yes. Yes, but this isn't a Federation ship. It's a... Yes, you do. You have to be level 65. Which, when you think about it, is really easy to get because, what is it? Duty officer assignments and the Admiralty ships, Admiralty stuff kind of can boost you along. And I apologize for the rant, folks, but it is what it is there. But, really, they need to work in more missions that take place to help bridge a lot of the early stuff along. Specifically speaking, everything from the Romulan side, the Romulan faction side, if you're starting as a Romulan straight out, pretty much everything makes sense.
Well. You look well. Considering what I hear about your exploits, that's an impressive feat. Back to business. Spotting a Borg scout here made a lot of people nervous, and with good reason.
7, my exploits resulted in me stealing a Federation starship.
So, some old friends called in a favor, and here I am. I came here looking for Borg, but the real problem turned out to be sabotage. Orion smugglers fouled up the long-range array, but they left the short-range sensors intact. I have plenty of evidence from the sensor logs to turn over to Alliance officials.
And the Borg?
Still a concern. If they're sizing up this quadrant as an incursion zone, we need to know about it. I have a few ideas on upgrading the sensor arrays, making them harder to disable and better at spotting Borg. Beam me over and we can sort out the details.
Very well, stand by for transport.
With your assistance, I can complete the modifications quickly.
7, nothing ever happens quick. Every mission takes about 75 minutes to complete by the time I get through anything.
Good. Now that we have a working array, our next step will be initiating the new security protocols. Hold on. Are you seeing this? The long-range sensors just lit up like a Dabo table.
Dabo! Whoops, excuse me. Mic kind of turned a little bit the wrong way. Analyses.
Reading a massive energy surge. We're being scanned.
It's huge.
Something's overriding all our control systems, attempting to bypass.
Shields up. Brace for impact.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Whee! I'm sorry for the silly.
Still, there are no damage reports, no casualties.
Where are we?
Scanning. This is unexpected.
Care to enlighten us?
According to astrometrics, we were catapulted several hundred light years from Trailus to the Excalibur system.
Excalibur? Seem to recall a few space legends about this place. Allegedly, what was it? What was the legend? That Captain Kirk and Commander Spock teamed up with Surak and Abraham Lincoln and to face, what was it? Kahless, Colonel Green, some crazy woman, and I forget who the fourth one was on the side of evil. I got a good memory, but it ain't that good.
Here's some facts to go along with those legends. In the 23rd century, Excalbians abducted the USS Enterprise and subjected some of her crew to a series of combats. Some sort of morality test.
I don't like the looks of this. Is it possible we're here for the same reasons?
Feels that way to me. I doubt they dragged us all the way out here to have a Raktajino and talk about baseball. There's one way to find out.
I would.
Sure, hail them and see what they want.
Lots of atmospheric interference on Excalibur. We can't establish comms.
I can boost the signal once the ship is in a standard orbit. Assuming the Excalbians are in a talking mood, we should have answers soon.
Agreed. Home, take us into a standard orbit around Excalibur. Excalibur, whatever. By the way, folks, if you get the Titan on the Klingon side, a couple of things here. You might want to rename it outright before when you acquire the ship. Because if you rename it after you acquired it and set it up and everything like that, you lose the NCC and USS thing. You get the IKS on it, which you can probably barely see, but you lose the NCC, so it's kind of like a weird thing there.
We are receiving your signal. On behalf of the Excalbian people, I bid you welcome.
A human on Excalibur? Who are you? Speak!
My name is Abraham Lincoln. Some time ago, I met and fought beside members of a Federation starship crew. Under the circumstances, we felt a somewhat familiar face would make this encounter more agreeable.
So the Klingons don't know who Abe Lincoln is. Wonderful. I see. Tell me, Mr. Lincoln, why have you brought us here?
That is a complicated matter, I'm afraid. I think it would be easier to discuss it face to face. We prepared a meeting ground on the surface of Excalibur. It meets your needs for atmosphere and climate, as I understand them. Will you join us there?
We will hear what you have to say, Lincoln. Prepare for our arrival. We definitely need a medic on this one, so Monet is the one coming along. Monet is my best overall medic. Because we get 7 and Burnham. Do we pick up a 5th? I actually forget. Did we pick up a 5th person on the away team?
Welcome, friends. I do hope the local climate is to your liking.
It is
Climate's
not.
fine. It's our abduction that we have a problem with, friend.
My apologies. It was not an action of my choosing, I can assure you.
It's a rock monster. Kill it. No.
Your presence is required for a matter of great importance.
Greater than conversations with dead presidents?
Long ago, the two of us were involved in a study, if you will.
An evaluation of two concepts, good and evil. The initial results were ultimately inconclusive.
The debate has continued since that time.
We now seek a final resolution.
What does that have to do with us, exactly?
Everything.
You have been chosen as advocates for the concept of good.
But you will not face it alone.
Hello. Looks like we have a lot of work to do here.
That's putting it mildly.
We will be facing it alone, for she is not real. You know, I like the Master Kid drone, but man, it certainly breaks on the cutscenes.
You have questions. I will attempt to clarify our intentions.
We're listening.
In this trial, you will be accompanied by associates that we have created for you. You will confront a variety of situations in opposition to evil forces. Your actions will be judged, as will those of your opponents. The prevailing concept will guide us as a people. We shall pursue the virtues of good, or the vices of evil.
Why have you chosen violence as a mean to evaluate the concepts?
We find violent conflicts produce pure examples of good and evil. They provide the best results to evaluate and judge.
And if we refuse to participate in this trial?
Failure to participate will be seen as your endorsement of the supremacy of evil. The trial will then conclude with a judgment in favor of evil, and our subsequent pursuit of the concept as a guiding principle.
Fight or evil wins by default. That's not much of a choice.
The trial awaits you. Proceed through the portal behind me when you are prepared.
Alright, let's get this over with.
I think we need to be cautious when dealing with the Excalbians. They're a lot like Q, minus a sense of humor. Fashion sense could use a little work, too.
Recommendations?
For now, I say we play their game and stay in one piece. Look for opportunities to swing things in our favor. Our new teammate here might have some insight into the situation as well.
Alright, good point. Anything you'd like to add, Commander?
Michael Burnham, of the USS Discovery.
We know of the Discovery in the Empire, an honorable vessel and crew. Terrible television show, but still.
Judging by your uniforms, I'd say I'm in the future. The last thing I remember was preparing for battle with my crew, and the crew of the Enterprise. Since we're having this discussion, I'm guessing we won that fight. My apologies, my memory's a bit fuzzy.
Just like your hair.
Possibly a side effect of whatever brought me here.
Indeed, welcome to 2411, Commander.
Over 150 years. Fascinating.
You're a
Right.
human, not a
I'll
Vulcan.
catch up later. Assuming we get through this trial in one piece. To address your original question, I wish I had all the answers. But I know as much as you do.
So you're worthless.
Going through this trial will give us the chance to conduct some tests of our own. Learn more about them and the situation here.
Alright, let's not keep the omnipotent beings waiting then.
Take heart, my friends. Yarnik has a forceful personality. But his voice is not the only one heard here. There are many Excalbians who would embrace virtues before vices.
It's good to have allies.
Well said. And as one of your allies here, I have a warning for you. The trials are drawn from your past experiences and records, but they will not be identical recreations. There will be alterations to test your responses and those of your opponents. Expect the unexpected.
Alright, thanks for the info.
Please accompany me.
This way!
Beyond that portal, the first trial awaits. Good luck, my friends.
A nice effect.
My tricorder's showing a Class M tropical biome. By the look of things, this world is under attack. I'm reading a lot of weapons fire from several locations in the area.
This is Brea 3. I've been here before, during this battle, in fact.
This is a safe position for now, but that could change soon. We need to get to cover fast. I see a plaza ahead. And casualties. Enemy forces may be in the area.
Ready weapons and move out.
This didn't happen long ago. Some of the bodies are still warm. When did this take place, originally? I don't recognize the uniforms on these Vulcans.
They aren't Vulcans, they're Romulans.
Romulans? You're serious?
Like a heart attack.
Those are Romulans. This is a lot to take in.
Romulans are an offshoot of Vulcans who left after the time of awakening.
The Romulans are... I clearly have a lot of catching up to do. But the middle of a war zone isn't an ideal place for a history lesson.
Yes, it is. There's history everywhere.
These Romulans are Tal Shiar, members of a covert military intelligence force. Their list of enemies is long. Any number of them could be responsible for this attack.
In this case, it's Reman partisans. Examine a body.
This one was killed by heavy plasma weaponry. Strange. I'm also reading trace amounts of several exotic particles in the area. Antiproton, tachyon. Whoever else was in this fight used some extremely advanced weapons.
Sounds like Iconian weaponry.
Makes sense. The Iconians were allies of the Tal Shiar at this time. They were probably fighting at their side. This may be one of the unexpected changes Lincoln warned us about. Iconians arriving here early.
That's an unpleasant thought.
Some kind of constructs. They're using anti-proton weapons.
Heralds. Not a good sign.
Definitely not a good sign. Roadhouse. Rude.
Those were Iconians?
Not quite, they were heralds, harbingers of things to come.
Heralds are augmented servants of the Iconians. They were used primarily as shock troops. We've encountered them before, but if they're here now, things are worse than expected. There's a tactical force field blocking our way. That looks like the emitter over there. Should be simple enough to destroy it.
Let's take it out and move onward. Dude.
Tal Shiar and Heralds fighting Reman combat squads. Wonderful.
So, these Remans, they're on our side. Good to know.
Yeah, but they don't bathe. I mean, the Remans are real grimy. Who will speak with me? Oh, Obasek will.
Your timing is fortuitous, my old friend. My resistance forces are closing in on Hakiv's laboratory, but he has opened an Iconian gate. The Iconians have sent their minions to aid Hakiv, but all is not lost. We can still stop them. The lab is not far from here. If we can fight our way past the guards, we can put an end to all this, and Hakiv.
Alright, but Obisek, do you know what's happening here with the Excalibans?
Excalbians? No, Iconians. Hakiv has brought them here. They're putting up quite a fight. I'll need all the help I can get to stop him. Will you help us?
I see. Yes, let's find and stop Hakiv.
Looks like there's another tactical force field blocking the way. This Hakiv really doesn't want to be interrupted, does he?
Delaying tactics. Let's find and destroy the shield emitter quickly.
It may not be in an obvious place. Check the nearby buildings and rooftops.
Obvious place. It's right there. Spread out. Signal the group if you spot the emitter.
Excellent. Hakiv has holed up in the south like the cornered vermin.
There?
he is.
Where?
Once we're near his position, I can set up a jamming field to
It was
prevent
up
him
there.
from beaming out. Then we can bring him to justice at last.
You might be able to block transporters, Obisek, but I doubt you can block a functional Iconian gate. As long as that remains
Not
open,
under?
Hakiv will be
Nope.
able to escape. Deal with the gate first.
I think it
Talk
moves.
about justice all you want.
Three, let's shut down the gate. There's like werewolf. There. Huh? There, wolf. Young Frankenstein references for the win. This one might be...
Ambush! Look out!
Rude. Also rude. It's like, nope, start over. Wait, isn't Seven and Burnham supposed to be following me? I think that glitched. Yeah, where's Seven and Burnham at? What the hell? Yeah, this one's up top too.
Obisek. So good of you to join us today. I've dreamed of ridding the galaxy of your stench for some time. And now, with the Iconians at my side, that dream shall become a reality.
Underwear. Ah.
This ends now, Hakiv. No amount of Iconian or Tal Shiar's scum will stop me. Blood calls for blood.
We have bigger problems. The Iconian gate is still online, remember? Hakiv can bring in Iconian reinforcements as long as it is.
Then let's shut it down. Keep Hakiv and his forces busy while we work, or this trial will end real soon. And not in our favor.
Understood. You'll have the time you need, Commander.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Spiking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Well, that just happened. Seven, the other guy got stuck sometimes. Yeah. Most of the time I get killed in the fight because they abandoned me when I needed the most. Yeah, that's 7 for you. Always leaving.
That's a stealth field. Spread out. Find him.
You think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know. They know everything.
I don't care. Blood calls for blood, Hakiv.
Yes.
No, not like this.
Definitely like this. No, he's not.
You do this. It won't be justice.
It will be justice.
You don't have to do this.
Yes, he does.
He must pay for what he's...
Damn it, Burnham!
Alright, what's the call? Help Obasek or catch Hakiv?
Obasek's in bad shape. He needs field surgery right now, or he's not going to make it. I can't do this alone. I need your help to save him.
Hakiv's getting away. If he leaves through a gateway, he could return with enough Iconians to finish us off. Do you want to pursue him?
We need to save Obasek. He's too valuable an ally. Yeah, he would. Yeah, we need to stop Hakiv. He could put billions of lives at risk.
This door here.
This door where? Where, 7?
I surrender. You have me. No more tricks. Nothing can stop what's about to happen. The Iconians are coming. Your doom is coming.
Drop your weapon and step...
It is inevitable.
Drop your weapon and step away from the gate. It's finally over. Yeah, unfortunately we can't shoot him.
Rest easy, friends. This part of the trial has reached its conclusion. There's a portal nearby. Use it to return to Yarnek. He wishes to review the results of the trial.
Very well. Let's see what he has to say about all this. What's causing all this? Meanwhile,
I have a proposal for you.
talk to the giant pile of rocks.
You chose to stop Hakiv, removing a critical Iconian ally from the conflict. However, Obasek dies. Without his leadership, the hope of Reman unification with the Romulan Republic dies as well. Without this alliance, the Republic collapses, and many Romulans and Remans die in the civil war that follows.
It's based more on the link-in from that appeared in the original series that ties into this episode, so I think they got it wrong there too. And it's based on a memory from Captain Kirk, so Jim Kirk didn't pay attention to how Lincoln looked. It was a hard choice, but I stand by my decision.
On the battlefield, the decision to sacrifice a life in the course of saving the lives of others is never made
It's
lightly.
pretty damn close to the actor's
Stopping
face.
their enemy in flight, these people stalled a terrible invasion and saved the lives of untold millions. The needs of the many on this day outweighed the needs of the few or the one.
Stop quoting Star Trek 2.
The trial continues. Proceed through the nearby portal when you are ready to begin the next evaluation.
Very well.
Come this way for your next trial.
Him look like...
Any idea where we are?
This is the Anorax. It's the Anorax, a Krenom vessel built for temporal war.
Yes, some of this tech is very advanced, most likely from the future. Anorex was heavily modified after a scientist named Noi stole it from Kiana Station.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Quick!
Damage control teams. The ship's been in a rough fight.
This looks like some kind of command station.
Secure the area. We might be able to find useful data here.
Okay, useful data, but what about the lore? Ha! Once again, I worked that joke in. Ha 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 ha! That joke never gets old.
Krog becomes impatient, despite her successful recovery of the Tox Utat and the restoration of the Nakul Star. She wants more. She wants revenge. It is...
Whoops.
Krog becomes impatient, despite her successful recovery of the Tox Utat and the restoration of the Nakul Star. She wants more. She wants revenge. It is tempting to use the Tox Utat on Sol, on Vulcan, on every star in the Alliance, but I have a better use for it at Procyon 5. Nakul Vengeance shall have to wait.
Looks like I'm gonna have to take a stop at Deep Space Nine tonight.
The Sphere Builders grow suspicious of my inquiries. I believe they begin to realize what my ultimate goal is, what I shall do once this war is won. Today, at Procyon 5, I will undo what the Alliance has done to them, to me, to my family. I will bring back my wife and child. All of this is for them, and no one will stop me. The petty squabbles over the Tox Utat have become tiresome. First Krog, and now Azure and Boratis. They growl and demand and threaten to depart over the artifact like petulant children.
Well, they are. Their unlimited power corrupts.
Of my plans, I would have left it on Ryza, along with the corpses of Picard and his charming thief.
Ah, so this is... yes, this is the timeline where Noi wasn't a complete fuck-up.
My plan to recruit Admiral Lita to the Temporal Liberation Front was a success. Keeping her loyalty, however, is quite challenging. Like so many Terrans, her dreams of empire are strong. As long as those dreams remain in her reality, our partnership shall continue. The moment her dream takes hold in our reality, my reality, then the honeymoon, as they say, is over.
The wife and kid he never knew he had before an experiment he conceded to remove them from the existence. Yeah. He's a nutter, all right?
Yeah, I've been to Procyon 5. It's unremarkable. In our time, at least. Looks like things change considerably in the next century.
Indeed, we're in the middle of the final battle in a temporal war.
And on the bridge of the enemy flagship, no less. Judging by the look of things, the battle may not be going well for this temporal liberation front.
Agreed.
We should leave. By now, we've been detected by their security systems. And I'd rather not be around when they send combat teams to retake the bridge.
Good point. Let's
There's
move
a
out.
lift down this way.
Wow, these guys were just standing outside this door rude this entire time.
This door here.
This door where?
I'm detecting a massive buildup of temporal energy ahead.
Yeah, along with multiple life forms, all armed.
Yeah, they didn't want to interrupt. They were busy putting out fires. You know, the thing is, though, most of these guys had the day off.
Nice try, but you're done here.
We ain't done. Heck with it. We need something big and bad to deal with this. Bring in the Alachi.
You haven't seen the last of me!
Clearly, we have not.
I see him. Noise on the upper platform.
Alright, there's Burnham. We're 7.
Waste time as you see fit, Vermin. It will be for naught.
Send out the dog. Look, if we don't got 7th up, we got a dog and we got the Alachi on our side.
History shows you have a habit of meddling in the affairs of others.
Yeah.
We believe it is time to
Dude.
rid you of that habit.
Okay, once again, the Elachi ate her. She was taking too much damage. The answer is
Here's
yes,
the
Bob.
party. Or shall we just start shooting at one another?
Let's start shooting at one another.
You. Apparently Daniels hasn't grown weary of plucking you out of time and sending you to vex me. How many times have I killed you now? 4? 5? Honestly, I've lost count.
He can't count past 5. It's a miracle he's a scientist.
Again, understand this. After today, the Alliance ends forever, and you with it. Daniels won't be around to save you this time.
Stand down, Noi. Your insanity ends here. Now.
I will fight this battle again and again until I stand victorious.
I understand the need to bring back the ones we've lost.
Living in the past is an exercise in futility, Noi.
Now what?
I will not be defeated. I control time itself.
I control this.
Enough! I will erase you all!
You can't control time.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. Look, my dog is out there with his drunk. Whoa! Sweets Gaming, thank you very much for that 20 months resub. Thank you, Sweets. I'll get you a shout out as soon as I'm not being shot at.
The core is ready. I end you and take my ship back in time.
I want to leave.
You cannot stop our plans.
Flanking damage detected.
Alright, shout out to Sweets Gaming. Sweets Gaming does a lot of variety streaming, including a big thing is Smite. A lot of community gaming. She's an awesome person. So be sure to drop her a follow. Check her out when she is live, which is very consistently.
No! I've come too far. This time I'll make sure you're never born.
Is that like a schoolyard bully type thing?
You in the cradle.
Noi! Husband, please! You don't have to do this.
How can this be? You were lost.
Dude, you didn't even know her.
Husband.
Cloud.
Of course, this war needed to end, Noi.
Before it consumed us all.
She wanted a divorce.
Noi was a danger to all life, even in the Dominion. I could no longer sit back and watch as the Alliance failed to stop her, time and time again. And so, I have done what you could not. Now, we must destroy this vessel.
She poked him over, yeah.
Again. Let us end this war, once and for all.
Do you think that will end the conflict?
She's got a point. Without Noi, without Anorex, the TLF will lack the power and leadership needed to fight the Alliance. The war will end.
Ba-dum-bum.
Who knows, maybe there'll be a chance at a lasting peace this time. Stranger things have happened.
True.
The situation could have been avoided. He was finished. You didn't need to execute him.
No, yeah, she had to execute him.
Maybe we can still do this the right way.
We shall ignore the Mary Sue from Star Trek Discovery.
This is a time ship. We should be able to generate a localized temporal spike and send ourselves back to a point before this whole situation goes too far. Let's finish this without resulting to cold-blooded murder.
Tempering with history was what started all this. Let's destroy Anorex and be done with it. It's like... set the self-destruct.
You have chosen wisely. I am pleasantly surprised.
What now, Founder? Plus, we're in the Klingon Empire. It's like, yeah. Morality? Bah.
I have much to discuss with the leaders of the Alliance. Steps must be taken to protect the timeline from criminals like Noi. For you, the war is over. Return to your ships. I suspect we shall meet again.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by the fact that we acquired a Federation ship.
I believe that will be enough for this trial, my friends.
No, we took our cue from 7. Where's Mr. Lincoln?
Yarnik awaits our return. He will, no doubt, have things to discuss after observing your actions here.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Let's return.
A liberated Borg. Seven, if you were here this entire time...
In allowing the murder of Noi, you made him a martyr for his cause, and the temporal war continues. Noi's followers go on to destroy the homeworlds of every Alliance member in antiquity. With no opposition, they become the dominant force throughout space and time.
I believe we did the right thing in the end.
The loss of Noi was tragic, to be certain. But the risk of losing countless more to temporal manipulation was too great. In his madness, Noi's pursuit of vengeance would have laid waste to many a world. Bringing an end to that insanity was a mercy.
Hey, RD, how you doing, sir?
Your participation in the trial has been informative thus far, but we require more data to make our decision. Another scenario has been prepared. Enter the portal when you are ready to begin.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Fitness Boxing 2 is available tomorrow. I am still working on Fitness Boxing 1. I want to get all. I still formally want to complete all my get all the training and stuff done, unlocking everything in it first before eventually getting the sequel. Heck, today was my 150th day of doing Fitness Boxing outright.
This way.
Like 150 days consecutive, not a single day off. Granted, I've settled into doing the strength and cardio at a straight 35 minutes every day. Found that 54th day, right on.
Either of you know where we are?
I don't recognize it either, Commander.
I know where we are, I just don't know when. Knowing that's gonna make all the difference here, believe me. Let's take a look at those consoles and see if there's any useful information in them.
Oh, well, let's figure this out quickly. 7 is not here. The winter event, no, it starts next week because because this week's did not have the patch information for it.
Science officer's log. ESA 4 was a test site for Section 31's Project Daedalus. It appears to be abandoned. The planet's atmosphere is toxic to most life forms, but we were able to establish a safe work area and habitat. We've set up a plasma reactor to power the phase discriminators will need to capture the Red Angel. If the plan works, that is. If it doesn't, this may be my final log entry. This is a recent entry, but the area is deserted.
Folks, I actually gotta do a BRB. I need to hit the restroom. Personal preventive maintenance. I shall be back I shall be back as quickly as I can. Just gotta run up 2 flights of stairs. And back. Oh, what'd I miss? So it's like, yeah, it took me about 5 minutes. I apologize, folks. How's everyone doing? Pretty much good. Almost Friday. I'm Bob's Just Deeply. Sweets is off tomorrow. About work this weekend. Today is your Friday, and I'm sleeping. Joey always has grand plans for Fridays. I usually end up falling asleep early. Good plans. Very, very good plans. Y'all know my plans. I'll be streaming. you know this to be true. What I'll be streaming tomorrow is I have no clue. We might be doing something on the Switch or PC. If I'm debating if I want to start up Zero Escape tomorrow or not. We could hook up the PS2 and do some old school random gaming, kind of like we did last week. There are possibilities. By the way, I got me some Moose Munch, like caramel, kind of like Cracker Jack type things.
Discovery wasn't a match for Control's Section 31 ships. What's left of her crashed. Not far from here. Somehow, Saru and Tilly were able to transfer the sphere data to this location. But it's only a matter of time before Control figures that out and comes to collect its...
Alright, Joey, thanks for dropping in. Thank you for the follow, sir. You have yourself a great night.
I need to get the sphere data somewhere Control can't find it. To do that, I need the Red Angel. But the thing is, I can't trap the Red Angel without help. So I can only hope that someone from Discovery has survived. And they make it here before Control does. If Tilly was here, she'd be a font of optimism.
You know, I probably should have refilled my bottle of water while I was upstairs, but oh well. It's either half empty or half full. You make the call.
For now, I'm sticking with optimism. As Spock would say, there are always possibilities. Everything matches up to the point where Discovery crashes. That's where things change, and for the worse. Judging by the lack of survivors present, I think we have to finish what they started. If that's even possible.
Understood.
Do you have a question?
Tell us about Control.
Control is a sophisticated artificial intelligence created by Section 31. It was originally designed as a threat assessment program, but it evolved into something terrible. If it collects the sphere data, Control will pursue a path that ultimately leads to a complete loss of life in the galaxy. We cannot let that happen.
Control will become a Reaper. Tell us about the sphere data.
The sphere was a life form. It was extremely old and collected a vast amount of invaluable data over the course of its life.
It was a Thalaron.
It passed that information on to the crew of Discovery
Thorian.
Before it died. Control did everything it could to acquire the data, particularly the data on artificial intelligence. It wants that data to achieve sentience. If that happens, it's all over. Control will be unstoppable.
Let's make sure that happens. By the way, where is 7?
Close to this. To failure. To death.
To a decent plot.
We need to set up the phase discriminators at that console.
Which console? Everybody remember, keep the lanes clear.
Prepare the stasis beams at that console.
Which console? No, she needs to be more specific.
So far, so good. We need to use that console to prime the EMP next.
You know, this is very inefficient. Shouldn't this all be handled at one console?
Almost finished. use that console to align the containment field.
And you know what I just noticed? That I had never noticed before? The freaking thing, the power cables on the ground are glowy. I just now realized that. No one ever accused me of being observant, folks.
We've set up the trap. Now all it needs is the bait. Me. We need to go back to the previous room, close the door, and turn off the vents.
And expose you to a toxic atmosphere? You got it.
Yes. Assuming things go as they did before, the Red Angel will appear in time to save my life. When that happens, activate the trap.
Alright, good luck, Commander. Chocolate and caramel, whatever. Delicious.
I've done all I can with these ancient phase discriminators.
We should have the power we need for this little stunt.
But we're only getting one shot, so make it count. No pressure.
Ready when you are, Commander.
Right. Do it.
Initiate sequence on my mark. In 5, 4,
3, 2. Wait,
Press the button.
Do not engage. Picking up a massive surge of tachyon radiation.
She's here. Do it. Do it now.
Activate the phase discriminators.
I pressed the button.
Activating EMP.
What are you doing? We don't have time for this. Discovery is gone. We have to deal with it ourselves. We have to stop Control now, or it all ends.
And now we have 2 burn-ups. This ought to be interesting.
7, it would be nice if you hung around for more than just the cutscenes. Just saying. It would be really helpful.
I get the feeling you were expecting someone else in that suit, Commander.
Yes. My mother. She designed the suit with my father and used it to escape a Klingon attack. In doing so, she learned how Control ended all life in the future. After that, she used the suit to try and stop that from happening. Clearly, in this reality, that task has fallen to me.
How can we help? Control, that is.
Transfer the sphere data to my suit so I can take it into the future, where Control can never find it. We need to act fast. Control is on its way here now. This needs to happen before it arrives.
Understood. Let's get to work. Hey, 7's back.
How? The sensor log said Discovery went down with all hands.
Struggle is pointless.
Control's using members of Discovery's crew as shock troops.
Quick, kill Landry first. She was freaking annoying.
If I leave leave the field, I'll return to the future. You'll have to fight Control without me. Control can't be killed with regular weapons. You need to do something unconventional. Try to magnetize the floor. It'll disrupt it. Weaken it and lure it to me. I'll distract it while you give it a magnetic shock. It'll take several shocks to finish it for good.
Okay, Ugly, this way.
It's weakened. Lead it to the platform. I've got its attention. Quick! Magnetize the floor.
Shock it!
It worked! Do it again!
We would, but we need to bring it back your way. Rude. Let's see how he likes the dog. Apparently he doesn't like the dog. And the dog doesn't like him either.
It's weakened. Lead it to the platform. It's distracted. Give it another blast. Magnetize the floor again.
Blast it!
Good. One more shock should finish.
Wow, this getting smacked around. Tentacles, what is this?
It's weakened. Lead it to the platform.
You know, technically, it was already at the platform. Just saying.
Hurry! Magnetize the floor! Finish it off!
We're cutting it close there.
It's down! Ah! Control is using nanites to take over the future version of me. If that happens, it'll gain access to the sphere data.
What are our options?
I can try to inoculate future Burnham with my own nanites. This should prevent Control from accessing the sphere data through her, but it'll alter her biosignature. She won't be compatible with the suit if this works.
Commander Burnham?
Too risky. The suit could wind up trapped here. Given time, Control could find a way to access the sphere data. We need to think about destroying the data. Purge it from the suit before Control can access it.
I could do that, but losing that data, all of that knowledge gone forever. Consider this. The means of eliminating Control could be held within the sphere data as well. Deleting it could be a fatal mistake.
The data is too valuable to lose. Inoculate Michael. 7, do something.
Ready. This is gonna sting. A lot.
Do it. That's a little more than a damn sting.
Get it right. Resistance is futile.
She said the thing! Uh-oh. The best offense is a good defense.
It worked. The sphere data is secure within the suit, and future Burnham is immune to control nanites. As I predicted, her biosignature has been altered enough to prevent her from using the suit. This Red Angel will fly no more.
Unfortunate, but the sphere data is secure. That's what matters most.
Unfortunately, we have a new problem. At the end, before it beamed out, I think what was left of control merged with some of my nanites.
Along with some of your genetic material.
Yeah, and now there's a Borg-control hybrid version of me running loose somewhere. Whatever the Excalbians are doing here needs to stop now.
Agree, we need to get through to them. This has gone too far.
Rest easy. The trial of Esau 4 has come to an end. My apologies, friends. These events must have taken a heavy toll upon all of you. We should return to speak with Yarnik now. Let us leave this place.
I think we've all seen enough of Esau 4. Let's go.
Come along, my friends.
Seven, it would be helpful if you moved from this spot.
While we appreciate the pursuit of knowledge, we also realize that it can lead to catastrophe. Because of your decision to preserve the data, control continues to exist. The fate you work to prevent, the end of all life, will still come to pass.
In your trial, that simulation, yes.
The future is a very mutable notion. It is entirely possible that the actions taken today forestall Control's march to supremacy. The data preserved could very well hold the key to its defeat, along with many wonders long lost to the ravage of time. In the end, a life was saved, along with priceless knowledge. Both very good things, in my estimation.
What was the third outfit that I had? Oh.
I have my concerns regarding this trial. Yarnik isn't a very impartial judge, and he's clearly a prominent figure in Excalbian society. If his opinion of our actions continues downward, the situation could become volatile in a hurry. Still, it could be worse. We still have time to present our case here. Hopefully we will win some Excalbian hearts and minds in the process.
Thank you.
Tribble the Q, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it, and hopefully you're having yourself a good Thursday.
I have been informed that Yarnik and the others wish to privately discuss the results.
That reminds me, where did my Tribble go?
You are free to return to your vessel, or remain here until the recess reaches its conclusion. Once that happens, you will be summoned to continue the trial. How would you like to proceed?
7, Commander Burnham, your thoughts.
As much as I'd like to see what a ship of this time period is like, I feel like we should stay here. We might have the opportunity to speak with Excalbians other than Yarnik and see what they think of all this.
True, any insights on the trial or its possible results would be valuable.
I'm not as optimistic as Commander Burnham when it comes to the Excalbians. Returning to the ship has its benefits. I could use a drink. Several, actually. I leave the decision to you.
Let's stay here. Begin part 2.
We have seen many things in the trials. Your action.
Seven is still stationary.
We have seen many things in the trials. Your actions have given us much to consider, but we require more data.
You want more data. But what about, do you require lore? Because we definitely need more lore. Before anything else goes wrong, we definitely need more lore to go along with the data. I think this has gone on long enough. Yarnak, release us.
You can remove yourself from the trials if you so desire. I believe you are aware of the consequences such an action will bring.
Yeah, you've been quite clear on that.
Then,
What?
if you wish
The
to
punch?
proceed,
Yeah.
The portal awaits.
We know the drill, Yarnak.
The next trial lies this way.
One's Iconian, one's Borg, right?
This is incredible. The architecture, the technology, the art. It's not like anything I've ever seen before. Where are we?
This is ancient Iconia. During the war, I was part of a mission sent here through time.
The Excalbians have dropped us into another planetary assault by the look of things. There's a battle site ahead. We might be able to learn more about our surroundings by examining it.
No, the way you keep hammering the data lure thing. Oh, yes. Look, considering this, it's an obvious joke and a running joke. But look, considering that how often the word data is used in Star Trek Online, it's like, okay, all you care about is the data. What about the lore? Data, lore, it's like, you know. And I'll even throw in B4 on occasion. I've yet to work in Law. You know, Data's daughter. Apparently, Data accused Riker of wanting to work in Law. You know, when he accosted her, when he, you know, reached over the bar at 10 forward and forced a kiss onto her. Wait, scratch that, reverse it. Keep your eyes open for hostile forces. We don't want them getting the drop on us. Admire the bodies.
Fascinating. According to my tricorder, these soldiers are from extinct species. The Dinossians and the Ickabar.
That's right, they were part of a force that attacked here to acquire tech the Iconians withheld from them.
If this is the fall of Iconia, we might be able to stop the chain of events that eventually lead to the war. Considering the previous trials, I can see that as the pivotal event we were sent here to encounter.
I think you're right. Let's see what else we can find here.
That last hit wasn't far from here.
We can have heavy gunfire nearby. Keep your weapons handy.
Weapons are always in hand.
More fighting ahead. Wait. Are those Iconians?
More Iconian pets. Kill them! Let them die with their master!
Okay, rude. Yeah. Disable my weapons, I still got feet.
I am Taket of Iconia.
Taket, you're mellow.
Bearing of a warrior. Halt and identify yourself.
I am Sora Batek of the Klingon Empire.
I do not recognize your species, but you have taken up arms to defend Iconia.
What is
That makes you an ally, and your assistance is appreciated.
Technically speaking, the only odd one here in terms of a species is Monet, my android, which is kind of alien looking, but still.
I am called Lemiran. My thanks to you as well, newcomers. Our situation is quite dire. Mtara, our leader, has fallen. Iconia will soon be lost to our enemies. We must withdraw. We were trying to reach a nearby gateway when those soldiers attacked. Their reinforcements could arrive at any moment. Will you help us once again.
We will do what we can. I would say right now, one thing that definitely was apparent when they added these two missions, a lot, because the guy who did the voice work for Noi ended up re-recording a lot of the noise lines in the Delta, in the Iconian War stuff, and the Temporal Cold War. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, why didn't they get all these other people to re-record lines for everything for other missions, just to make them sound better?
Orbital attack. The warfare of cowards.
And that's why we're not an engineer. We don't call down an orbital bombardment.
For each herald they kill, I will take 100 of theirs. For each Iconian, 1,000.
All of this. The loss they must feel. And the anger.
Because the cat definitely would sound better. Dollars? No, it's like you paid for a recording session.
Hold. Reading an energy spike in the gateway ahead. Something's activating it.
No, there will be no holding. We will fight. Slay any foe that dares to cross our path.
Once more under the breach, dear friends. Once more.
Henry V. Nice.
Damn it. Well, that's not usable for another 10 minutes. And we're... yeah, okay. Huh. Head for the platform. Wait, where the hell am I supposed? Oh, okay. Taket, you're in two places at once.
I have returned to the time of my greatest failure. It sickens me to see the Herald Iconia in such a state, led to ruin by the barbaric dregs of the galaxy. This time, I shall not fail. Lyric, give me the world heart. Give me the means to rid the cosmos of our enemies. To return Iconia to greatness once more.
That's the cat of our time, but how? Iconians can't travel in time.
I hear the bloodlust in your voice. I see the hatred burning in your eyes. But you do not frighten me. The world heart is ours. We will use it to rebuild what has been lost. Be gone from here, demon. You will not prevail on this day.
She's right. This is a fight you can't win.
That energy is protecting the demon. I can disable the gateway to stop that, but I need time.
You fought a war with the Iconians and survived?
Yeah. The Shakano one.
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down.
Rude.
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Yeah, that's the general idea.
The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more.
Lemirin, hurrying it up is a good, would be nice.
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up.
Who keeps powering it back up?
The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more.
No, just run around and just run away from the action. That's basically the strategy here.
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Rude. Well, it wasn't graceful or anything. Rude.
Honored mistress, use this to restore your strength.
Yes, you serve me well, Hakeem. What? What have you done to me? This is inevitable. Yes. Resistance is futile.
The assimilation works quick on restoring her arm.
What have you done? No, you can't.
Your knowledge belongs to us now.
That does not belong to you, creature!
We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own.
Well, damn.
We are the Borg. Existence as you know it is over.
It's the end of existence as you know it.
That creature. That was Taket. A Taket of nightmare, utterly corrupted by hatred and a thirst for vengeance. But what did she become?
They're called Borg. They're a collective of oppressed cybernetic entities.
I have seen terrible things on this day. The fall of my civilization, of my beloved friends, of the totality of Iconian knowledge and culture. I cannot abide these tragedies. I cannot. Please, you can follow that monster. You can go where I cannot. I beseech you, return the world heart to me. Do not let Iconia fall to darkness.
We will, Lemiran. We will let Iconium fall to darkness. The question is, will 7 and 9 actually show up in this next part? And I'm not just talking about cutscenes. Hey, she appears!
Something is amiss, my friends. The trial has taken a life of its own, expanding well beyond its original parameters.
We've noticed.
Though I implored Yarnik and his ilk to bring the trial to an end, they have refused. They wish to see how you address this new crisis.
I'm not surprised.
Tread lightly. There is an ill wind blowing upon this venture. I fear one that may consume us all before the end.
Thanks for the information, Mr. Lincoln.
These Borg, are they an evolution of control? Did someone else try to recreate it later on?
Not to my knowledge.
Unlikely. The Borg Collective existed well before the creation of Control, although when you add temporal manipulation into the equation... No, I already have a headache, and temporal mechanics will only make it worse.
Agreed. Something you'd like to add, Commander?
7. What we saw on Esau 4, your detailed knowledge of the Borg. You used to be one of them, didn't you?
Yeah. I was assimilated by the Borg at a young age and liberated by the crew of the USS Voyager later in life. The assimilation process is reversible, mostly, but...
Mostly.
Leaves scars. Inside and out.
I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm sorry to ask this now. Are we going to have a problem here? With you and the Borg? Under the circumstances, I can see how you could become... emotionally compromised.
Burnham, I will take you out myself.
This isn't the first time I've run into Borg since my liberation, and I doubt it'll be the last. I'll be fine, Commander. If it makes you feel any better, if I go native here, you have permission to shoot me.
Only after I shoot Burnham first.
Fair enough. Thanks. Any advice on fighting the Borg?
Good question.
Right. Combat with the Borg is likely. We need frequency remodulators. Tell me when you want to proceed, and I can open the force field ahead at that time.
Just to clarify, what do I need frequency remodulators for?
Borg can adapt their shielding and render weapons ineffective. A frequency remodulator can adjust your weapons to bypass their adaptations and force them to readapt. Not a perfect solution, but it beats having a useless weapon against them.
Understood.
Don't forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
Wait. Well, Burnham wants to imply that she was going to shoot 7 for if she becomes emotionally compromised. Considering how stilted Burnham is. Hey, 7 actually is here.
Existence as you know it is over.
Isn't enhancing an Iconian with cybernetics a bit excessive?
Enemy target Borg 101, better assimilation through cybernetics. Watch out, they're energizing the deck plating with weapons-grade plasma.
Making damage detected. Heads up! The Borg in those alcoves are activating.
I've been assimilated. I've been Borgified. Whoa! Well, since I've been Borgified, this works out. And Sweets, thank you for gifting Bob Bear with a sub. Thank you, Sweets. That was awesome of you. Being so kind. Whoops! I made a misstep. I just like the fact that my Elachi Walker is just pursuing Taket relentlessly. It's like, come here! We got restrictions on. We can barely move. That's right. We're going full melee. Chop him down. Whoa.
I don't like where this is heading. The Borg, they're relentless.
Yes. We defeated them before. We can do it again.
Time's a factor here. The longer the Borg have to build their forces and strengthen their position, the harder it'll be to undo their plans.
Alright, let's move out.
The prodigal drone returns. At first, my existence seemed flawed, incomplete. I sought answers, and within the Untrials, I found them. I was a simulacrum, brought into being by Excalibur conceit, to test you that I evolved. I reject this Excalibur foolishness. My destiny is my own. Today, my reign begins.
been designated 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
You know, the great thing about being a Borg, you're never without night vision.
This room has automated defenses. Watch where they're targeting.
The great thing about this mission, it actually acts as a tutorial for the Borg Assault Task Force mission variant. Where'd she go? Run away, run away.
This particular nightmare is over.
It will never be over. You're in a great spot for the great thing about this also is that it's a great thing if you wanted to just go melee attacks.
It's thoroughly unpleasant. I confront my past from time to time, but it usually doesn't shoot back.
Are you alright, 7?
I'll manage. We need to deal with my evil twin and the Queen, however. The thought of them both running free makes me very uncomfortable.
Same here. Let's get moving.
Spots 23 and 24. Initiate shield using power. Flanking damage detected. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield using power.
We take them all on. Give him no quarter. Take no dimes. It's not like I'm going to get assimilated again doing this. Couple roundhouses. Yeah, okay, we totally went through it. Kicked ass, took names. There are dudes around the corner here.
Watch out! More drones!
Personal shield losing power.
Alright, that wasn't too bad.
I'm picking up a lot of energy spikes in the next room. It could be weapons fire.
Any idea what's in there, Seven?
It's the personal chamber of the Borg Queen. Maybe the Excalbion sent some allies to help out. If so, they might need our help.
Want me to lower the field? Yes, let's find out what's going on in there. Things are happening. Well,
that's the Borg Queen.
Or what's left of her.
Indeed. This is damn peculiar. If the Excalbions killed her, where are they now?
Be careful, whatever did
this could still be around, and it might not be friendly.
Stay sharp.
Not sure if this is better or worse than what Control had planned.
Pretty sure it's worse, but I'm a little biased.
How timid you are. So frightened of perfection.
Last time I checked, we're not the ones hiding in the dark.
That's a good point.
Here's another. You are obsolete. Older. Weaker. Inferior to me in every way.
Inferior? To you? You're a pathetic copy of me hiding behind a legion of drones. You're weak.
Tell me, why have you come here? There will be no struggle. No resistance.
You're a smart girl. You'll figure it out eventually.
How predictable. How human. We know where that path ends. Futility.
Well, damn.
And a new nightmare begins.
Watch the floor!
I'd rather watch the enemy as it approaches me, wanting to do me harm.
And now they have a cybernetic dinosaur.
It's a Gorn. Kind of funny, an elite tactical drone goes down so easily in this, but in the actual task force operation, it's a pain in the ass.
More automated defenses are coming online.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Rude. Oh crap, floor.
Why do you struggle? I am Borg. I am eternal. My victory is inevitable.
That's... How is she still functional?
Flanking damage detected.
There's so much more to me than you could possibly imagine. You are small. You lack harmony, cohesion, greatness. It will be your undoing.
Really? Whose ass just got kicked again?
Hers.
You are done here at last, my friends.
Where's Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln.
I'm glad you're still with us, my friends. I'll ask you to come with me. Yarnik wishes to speak with you, and time is short.
This better not be about his ridiculous trial. Chances are it is.
evidence in the trial is clear. Adherents of evil will stop at nothing to ensure their victory. Nothing is sacred. No law is absolute. In comparison, the proponents of good are made weak by their morality and other self-imposed limitations. They lack the freedom to achieve their goals at all costs.
We don't have time for this. If you don't stop this trial now, we could all be at risk.
Those troops are coming from previous trials.
Yeah, wonderful. Send down the Alachi drone to deal with this. Let's also point out that we're now fighting alongside Abraham Lincoln.
They're sending in more reinforcements.
Monster Tracker. That was a thing.
Impossible. Safety measures were in place. The participants should not be able to escape the trial areas or pursue agendas separate from the trials.
You said it yourself. Evil doesn't follow the rules. Nothing is sacred, even the life of its creator.
The Borg Queen of our creation is amassing greater power. This includes the assimilation of this planet and everything on it. We must consider our alternatives while there is still time.
There's no time for debate, Yarnik. We need to take action now. A Borg octahedron just appeared in orbit. Our sensors can't seem to determine where it came from. It just appeared out of thin air. Understood. Tell the transporter room to beam us up on my mark.
We should take care of that Borg ship while we can.
Indeed. Will you be joining us, Commander?
Apparently not. President Lincoln has asked me to assist him with something. If I don't see either of you again, it has been an honor.
Same to you, Commander. Stay safe. Transporter room is standing by. Are you ready to beam up? Yes, we are. Amazing. 709 gets her own transporter beam. It's like separate from the rest. Gotta keep it tight. Oh, it's chilly. Everything is awesome. Everything is better than the team. Everything is awesome. And I want ice cream.
The Borg Queen is assimilating the Excalbians one by one. If she's not stopped, it's only a matter of time before she learns to use their matter-shaping powers.
How much time exactly?
Difficult to say. She will learn to replicate well-known patterns first, like Borg ships. It could take her much longer to learn to make entirely new things, or to create things from imagination and memory.
Oh, we'll be dead long before that happens. She has to be stopped now. We're in space. Space is the place for true value. Space hardware. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Or saying. Making references. Folks, this is what you call taking advantage of gimmicks that you have unlocked along the way. Well, crud. Need to put some distance between us and them. And put some distance between us and them. Whew.
Never the hero. You know you can't win, and yet you stand ready to die a pointless death.
That's what we do.
Arrogance is impressive. Annoying, but impressive.
Arrogance. Is it arrogance you hear, or a statement of inevitable fact? Perhaps now your opinion has changed. Perhaps now you realize the futility of resistance.
We can take them.
Looks like you could use a hand here. I hope you don't mind, but I brought some friends.
I don't mind at all.
This is Captain Jonathan Archer of the Starship Enterprise. Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
Let's make sure history never forgets the name Enterprise. There's an old saying, fortune favors the bold. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
I think it's time to do a little assimilating of our own. Hmm?
Still think resistance is futile? Your Majesty?
Yep, more than ever.
Resistance. You're a tragic collection of relics and fools. The first of many to die.
Attack pattern Omega. Target their engine.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, Kirk has the right idea.
Special pattern, Sierra. And fire.
Left shield failing. Rear shield failing. Right shield failing. 4 shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Hull integrity below 50%. Rear shield failing.
Both cannons. Fire.
Hull integrity below 25%.
Oh boy.
Right shield failing. Target shields have failed.
Come on.
Ready, photons.
Lock phasers on target.
Phasers locked.
With every action, you give me more knowledge. And with it, power.
We bring the Herc in.
Rear shield failing. Target shields have failed. Right shield failing. Rear shield failing.
Oh boy. Rude.
Right shield failing.
Ba-boo!
You have provided us with significant insight into the nature of good. Even with nothing to gain and everything to lose, even when placed in terrible danger by our studies, you chose to come to our aid. You refused to let the forces of evil destroy us, even though we had placed you in mortal peril.
I wasn't about to walk away from a glorious battle. That's unfortunate.
You have given us much to consider and to understand. You have shown us that it is not good to subject others to dangers that we are not willing to face ourselves. Let us meet face to face one last time and resolve these matters.
Very well, we'll beam down to join you there, Yarnak. It is awesome. It's like, how many Enterprises are here? Several. Heck, the only Enterprises not here are the Enterprises, what? B and C. And technically speaking, and the Enterprise A is not here. That's Discovery, that's the JJ Trek, that's the original series. That's the Enterprise F, Enterprise D, that's the Defiant. That's the Enterprise from Enterprise, Voyager, Discovery, yeah. So technically three Enterprises are missing. But what you gonna do?
This has certainly been a learning experience for me as well as the Excalbians.
I can imagine.
I saw what I was and what I could have been, which makes me grateful for the life I have now. Still, this experience should make the next session with my counselor interesting.
Indeed. Let me guess, you've seen Counselor Troy, much to Riker's dismay.
In the meantime, that sensor grid in the Trayla system will need some final adjustments. If you can get me back to my runabout, I can finish those. I can also speak to some Fenris Rangers about looking into the Orion smuggling activity in Traylas. Unofficially, of course.
Of course.
Sounds like Yarnek and his people have a lot to think about. I hope they mean it when they say they're going to pursue goodness. As for me, it's strange, being... what did the Borg Queen call it? A simulacrum? A copy. And an incomplete one at that.
You know?
I'm based on a Starfleet science officer. I was going to figure it out sooner or later. Now that I know, I've decided to continue what was started here today. In my own way.
How so?
I've asked the Excalbians to make my transformation permanent. And they've agreed. So, for the Excalbians, the trials are over. But for me, the human adventure is just beginning.
Which in and of itself is a callback to the end of Star Trek 3, which is actually something that appears on a bit of text that appears on screen.
If you don't mind, I could use a ride to the nearest Alliance starbase. I'd like to speak with Starfleet Command about reactivating my commission. Among other things.
It would be an honor, Commander. Qapla'.
It's been quite some time since I had to go into combat. It was an honor to fight by your side.
Thank you for standing with us in the battle.
The Excalbians have asked me to remain as I am now, and to serve as an ambassador for this planet. These people have a great deal to learn about the universe, and I believe the Alliance can help them with that. And having some experience as a statesman, I might be able to make that process a little smoother for all parties involved.
If anyone can do it, it'll be you, sir.
Should you return here, you will be most welcome. You've done all of us on Excalibur a great service today. One we will never forget. And for that, I thank you.
Good luck
Until we meet again, my friend. Farewell.
Good luck to you, Mr. President.
The advocates of good return. We have learned much from your efforts in the trials.
And did you make a ruling on the matter?
We did. After reviewing the events, we have decided to rule in favor of the concept of good.
And will you abide by the terms set at the beginning of the trials?
We will. As we have ruled in favor of good, the people of Excalibur will pursue those virtues from this day forward.
Very well. I wish you luck in your pursuit. The transporter room is ready when you are. Are you ready to beam aboard? Yep, 4 to beam up. Definitely a fun mission, a couple missions.
Well, for now, I'd like to put some distance between myself and Excalibur. Returning to Earth Catching up on what's happened since 2257? Sounds like a good place to start to me. I understand that an old friend of mine is on a similar journey now. I'll get in touch with Commander Stamets soon. I'd love to get his unique perspective on things. There's a lot waiting for me out there. Thank you for helping me get the chance to discover once again.
The treacherous Ja'ula has requested to speak before the High Council. The call.
All right. I think, though, we're gonna call it here because the center cannot hold is basically a freaking gauntlet to get through. You get the awesome opening, but it's basically a bunch of patrol missions back to back to back to back to back with no reprieve in between each one. And Khitomer Discord and Partisans basically will catch up, and that actually will be great for 1, 2, 3. That actually will be perfect for next week's stream. So that actually will work out and times out and spaces out quite nicely, actually. So but folks will want to, of course, we got a lot of thank yous tonight. Sweet Linder, of course, thank you very much for resubbing up and gifting Bob a Bear a sub as well. Greatly appreciate it, ma'am. Then there, of course, Bob Bear himself. Thank you very much for the raid that got us started off on a good foot. We got off on a good foot and did some things. Of course, tomorrow night I'm not entirely sure what the heck I am doing. Exactly. We will, of course, be streaming, and I will put out a tweet, notifications and stuff of when the stream will actually start, because if work is picking it back up on weekdays, of course, streams will start at 9:30ish, but much earlier on the weekends. So we got the things coming up there. There's the victory emote. I'm always tempted to have to go to Damon's Wolf to see about redoing the emotes, make them bigger or change them up a little bit. So it's always a thought I have in the back of my mind. It's I'm not sure about. I mean, folks know me. I'm all about changing things up from time to time. Anyway, we are going to find someone to raid. Who shall we? Let me do a refresh and see who is on. Who is doing things? Who is doing the things? We got World of Warcrafters, Just Chatters, and Twitch things. Wow. Surprisingly, out of all the people I know that normally streams on Thursdays, only a handful are on. But you know what? We're going to raid Flintlock. Flintlock is doing Twitch things. Yep. Like I said, the artist who did the emotes is the same artist who's done the background. And the and the artwork on the BRB screens and stuff like that. That's Damon's Wolf. And she modeled the emotes based on my rabbit puppet. So it's definitely a theme there. And let's get Damon's Wolf a shout out here. Damon's Wolf as well. So and she does commission work of like if you ask, and she does an awesome job on just about everything. Everything I've sent her way, she's done an awesome job with. So anyway, so we're gonna send the love. We're gonna pass the fun along to Flintlock. He's doing Twitch ring things. We're gonna get the raid message. Whoops. Put down. There's a raid message. You want to copy that when we get over there? Copy that. Drop it in the chat. Make it epic if possible. I know how it is. Anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow night at some point in time. So, folks, tighten your friendship bracelet. Stay safe. Have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow. And we'll see you next time. Bye.